Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to the Mums, Bums and Tums podcast, which is for mums by mums. If you would like to support our channel, you could like, subscribe, comment, follow and share with your friends. And if you do really like it, you can support us by buying us a coffee. The link is below. And today joining us on the podcast is Annie. So if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, where am I looking?
Just look at me.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name's Annie. I'm a mum of two daughters, nearly 10 and nearly 4, like very nearly. And I work in fitness as well, like Amanda.
Yeah, tell us, and you've got your own studio.
Yes.
So tell us all about it. It's an amazing place.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I've got Dig Fitness, and we specialise in indoor cycling. That's my area. Forte, honey. So yeah, I began the journey about coming up to just over 2.5 years ago.
Amazing.
So yeah, and then we've also got additional classes such as sculpt and strength and Pilates, HIIT, bits and bobs really.
Yeah,
So.
really broadened it in the past.
Yeah, we did. Good. Yeah, just utilise the space a little bit more and just kind of, just giving everybody what they need in one space.
Definitely.
Or trying to anyway, so.
So how long have you been in fitness then? Tell us everything.
Well, I've always been fit. I've always, used fitness since a young age, like a lot of us did really.
Yeah.
Definitely started with, mental health and coping as a child sort of thing. So I was always fit, things like that. Always loved bikes. And it's funny now when I look back, it's like I've got this huge scar across my face.
Oh, really?
And I spent my life not knowing, not ever quite feeling quite right.
Yeah.
And I thought, I know I always wanted to be a mum, and I knew that was something I always wanted to do, but, everything I did, worked in public protection and, I did creative stuff, I did makeup, I did, branding, I did this and I did that. So I always liked this kind of working with people. And then I also always leaned towards something creative.
Yeah.
Nothing ever really sat right. And it's always funny because I was always, a BMXer kid, and I've got a massive scar on my face, proper ADHD kid, jumped on a bike when I couldn't even ride a bike and flew down a hill. I'm doing it, and it's it was funny when you say it's the answer staring at you in the face.
Yeah.
It's right across my face. And I've always took to the bike. It's always been something I just loved.
Just brought you to
I can't run, I can't swim, but get me on that bike and let me back.
Yeah.
It just resonated with me. So began by getting really into it before Violet. So coming up now, probably 6 years or so ago, did a couple of courses, trained my arse off on the bike. It was very personal, very intimate, I would say.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be loud.
No.
You don't have to post, you don't have to tell anybody what you're doing. If something works for you, maybe it's just yours.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Maybe it is just yours. And I say that to people sometimes because, nowadays, everything's got to be loud.
It's got to be on Instagram.
Maybe it's just for you, and maybe that's enough. And that was really my journey with it. And then when Violet came, I used it more than ever. So I started to take it more seriously and then started, taking classes. I did some in London, I did some in Liverpool.
Amazing.
And I thought, you know what, maybe this is the one.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the thing where it's tying me in.
It's all piecing together.
Me in.
Yeah.
And it's authentic because it meant a lot more.
You can tell that though through your work. You can tell that your heart and soul
is
in every class you do, every video you post. You're not just there to teach a class, you are there enjoying the moment.
I can't help it.
No, and that's what you need.
But I can't help it.
Yeah. I love it.
I really can't help it because, it does mean more. And people say, but it does mean more. I went through a lot, and that was really, it was part of recovery for me.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, but I thought, maybe this is the one. And, after Violet, I did discover kind of this different kind of will, different kind of confidence, which motherhood brings you.
Absolutely,
we know this,
yeah,
definitely. Just wait because the gifts are coming. You will change. And I thought, you know what? Okay, like, I got this. And you know, maybe I can find my people.
Absolutely.
And maybe this can mean something for other people. And hand on heart, that's all it was.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, I'll be brave. And, you know, you get all these ideas and then the reality sinks in and it's fucking hard. But, you know, I've kept on and it was meant to be.
Good.
You know what I mean? It was meant to be. And I have found a community that value it. And, you know, you do, when you love something, you do give your all.
Absolutely.
That can be exhausting. And sometimes I struggle to be like, the business or passion.
Yeah.
And I think it's only now I'm starting to kind of find somewhere. And, you know, like dealing with people, it's an industry.
Yeah.
Annie, it's not your soul movement anymore. You are dealing with other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that didn't feel, well, unfortunately it's a business now. So yeah, it's that.
Trying to find that balance as well, isn't it? Because it is a business, you don't switch off. Ever.
You do not switch off.
You don't get any downtime from it ever.
No, you know that.
No, you get messages at all hours.
Well, it's just like, it's next.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, you know, I mean, I don't know, maybe people do think, all we do is deliver a couple of classes. Wow, I wish.
No, same.
Wow, I wish, you know, like, it's wild.
I'd love to just turn up and teach a class. Like I used to when I worked for a gym.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't because I love what I do now and there's more passion in it. This is like I thrive in the business.
You do thrive. So, I don't thrive.
I fake thriving.
You thrive. You thrive. You're like a natural.
I've only got one child so far though.
I'm like a professional blagger. Like it's grace. Yeah, I'm really well. Not that well.
No, we're all the same. We're all surviving.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, and the community you've got, as you say, is gorgeous. Like
no, I am lucky.
Good group.
They are amazing, but I think as well because what I do is so niche. It's like the two sides, isn't it? Like good luck finding, especially on the Wirral, like who does bike work. And I thought, shit, am I pushing it here? Like, am I going to be able to find people that, like, you know what I mean? Because it's not there. But like, so that was like literally building it and like the education and like just fucking going for it and just taking the time. Like, you got to take time. You got to be prepared for it to take time, especially when you start something so new. But then on the other side of it, because it's niche, it's a real community.
Works. Yeah. You're not just getting blaggers as well. You're getting people who are really into it.
It's a real community.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy one to achieve.
No, but it does take you a while to build it. But once you get there, those people are for lifers with you.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's family to me.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, like I can't help myself. But when you've literally, you know, you sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it is what it is, you know. I started the studio when Violet was not even 2.
Mad.
And I'm no joke, like, I'd say about 80% of my evenings have been at Dig.
Absolutely.
That's sacrifice.
Yeah.
And, you know, on my down days, which we do have.
Absolutely.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'll reflect and I'll go, but they've watched you push through when you thought you couldn't.
Yeah.
They've watched you take care of everyone and they've watched you, like, get on with it. And, like, there's power in that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, there's been a lot given.
And that's what a lot of people don't realise as well, is the sacrifices you give up, like all that time with the girls and your family and just having time alone.
Oh, God,
but when you're running your own studio as well, people go on holiday, you need to cover.
Someone can't come in for a class. Girls, get your stuff, we're going. Yeah. And that's our reality. And like, people at the studio always say, God, aren't they good? Aren't they good? Well, they don't know any difference.
Yeah, they say it with Nile, because I bring her here.
Exactly.
And they're like, she's so good. I'm like, it's just what she's used to.
Exactly.
Doesn't know any. And we are lucky, but then it's also from us that they're the way they are.
For sure.
So they are gorgeous girls, all 3 of them.
They are. We're very lucky.
We are.
Stunners.
So let's hope this next one is as good.
Well, he will.
You best have be.
He will.
He won't have a choice.
well, Nala will sort him out.
Yeah, she definitely will. She's the big boss.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to come anyway from earlier than because she didn't come till about 10 months.
Yeah.
Didn't start bringing her to the gym. So, but he's obviously going to have to be earlier.
He'll be in, yeah.
statutory maternity is awful.
Get yourself one of them dead good carriers.
Yeah, that's what
like,
we're
go
looking
all
into.
out, a good one. Can't remember, what's that good brand? It's got like a little like, is it like a weird sun symbol on it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen like, you know, like people who are like die-hard carriers.
Yeah.
I wasn't a carrier.
I wasn't with Nyla.
No.
I had one, but it wasn't a very good one. And I remember I posted a video on Instagram on my story and I had her in it. I was doing housework.
Yeah.
And someone said, and I'm really glad they said it because I could have took it in such a bad way that we were like, just to let you know, the way you're carrying her is really unsafe.
Shut up.
Because she was so low. But she'd said it in a nice way, just to be like, if you need someone, because they have a sling library, don't they now, where you can go. And I was like, oh, okay,
what,
I didn't
a sling
know.
library?
Yes, you go and you try on.
Where's that?
I don't know. But I know my best friend went, but you can go and try on ones that work for you, like carriers that work for you. Cause
Oh, really?
they're a lot of money, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So I think I might do that, find one that fits us.
Yeah.
Because I am so new to all that. I did get one of the material ones with her, but just felt like she wasn't supported enough and it made me nervous.
That sling library sounds good then. I think you're going to have to do it properly and find the one.
So you go, I think you can lend it.
Yeah.
For a little bit before you buy, basically.
That's amazing.
I know, you need stuff like that.
That is good.
Because you're not taught anything like that.
No.
So I do want to wear it. Well, I'm going to have to because he's going to be on school run and everything, isn't he? So.
The only thing is the school run. And that was like me because I'm on my own Monday to Friday with mine. And, you know, that was literally from when Violet was a newborn. And I was literally like, wow, I've got to go and get in the car now.
I've got to be there by this time.
Wow.
No.
You know, and you've had like, 12 minutes sleep.
Literally.
And you're like, okay, yeah. And you haven't got the strength for the car seat.
No.
But you go. And then, but it's like, if you put the carrier, it's like, well, hang on a minute, I've got to get him out in 2 seconds.
And put it back in.
And then take him out again. And then, God forbid, it might be bottle time while you're waiting at the gate. Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Better put them in the pram.
You can't win.
I remember them days, though.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I'm unwell.
Someone help me.
Like, I'm unwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they go quick, too quick, and then you fucking miss them.
Definitely. I know, and I don't think you're giving enough credit for how hard it is when you've got to do something. Because Josh can't help with school runs because he's already in work by then.
100%.
So, and I can't just expect him to go into work late. I have looked into them doing a prams. Do you know?
Apparently they're amazing.
Yeah. So
yeah.
They're bloody expensive. Right?
But it solves the problem of the transferring all over the place.
Absolutely. But then it's like, if we don't want him in the doona all the time, then I'll have to change car seat. So I don't know, we need to weigh it up. But we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Luckily, my sister's little girl and Nyla are in the same school.
Yeah.
So we do school run together. So worst comes to worst, I've got to back up.
Yeah. Well, that'll be wonderful on the bad
God.
night.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
That will.
So thank God for our little
But, you're
village.
conditioned as hell. You've already done it. You've built your business. You're like proper, you've got your solid kind of mindset.
Yeah.
You've shown that you show up even when they absolutely cannot show up. So you might just be like, come on then.
What's another one?
Come on then. Why not?
Definitely.
That's how you feel, isn't it? In the end,
You've just
like,
got to.
come on then.
What else?
What else? Go on.
Yeah. What else can you throw at
Have
me
another
today?
go. It's fine.
No. It's mad, isn't it? What you put up with, what you do,
Yeah.
what you get through.
Yeah, 100%.
But it is worth it when I look back at, because I've had the classes for 3 years and I think I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Wouldn't want to be back working in a gym for somebody else.
No, I know. And even though you think, I do think sometimes, yeah, that life, imagine just being like, I'm off to class, just turn up, give a class.
Clock off.
And walk out. Wow.
I know. The dream.
But I couldn't do that, like...
No.
It just, I mean, especially now, the graft I've put into, build what I've built. And I just think, I am excellent at what I do.
You are.
Like, and there's no ego to that. I just know
It's
it.
true.
I just know it.
It shows through the business.
Yeah.
The business wouldn't be thriving if you weren't good at what you did.
Yeah.
And the people that you've got working with you, you've made sure that they're the right type of people for your community.
Well, you get it wrong.
Obviously.
That's the one thing I envy you with. You can just crack on your own.
For now.
For now.
It's hard. But then it's hard on your own, but then it's hard with people, so you'll never win.
That's so true. Because I remember doing it on my own. I was doing when I first started, I'd be doing classes. I'd have 1-2 people in the class.
Yeah, and it's so disheartening.
And I remember them days, and I just think, I look back on it like, oh my God, I couldn't do that now.
No.
I couldn't do that now, but she just didn't give up. And in the hard days, I think, I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Because no one knows what I was going through at the same time. And like, you know, the self-doubt and like, you know, having young children, having absolutely zero help. And like, I just didn't give up. And I just really believed in it. And those people that did show up, I just loved them so much. And I could see what it was doing for them. And then time did what time does. You know, and consistency did what consistency does.
You put the work in.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
But no matter what happens, you know, no regrets, because I really took the long road, the authentic road, like you. And that's why I think me and you connect so well. I've loved you since the day I met you, because, you know, you took the long road, you do it authentically, you know,
It's the best way.
Yeah.
It's going to grow the best way, and it's going to stay high. It's going to, you know, do well for the long run, rather than just fizzle out quick.
Well, no regrets,
which you see, but
exactly,
you've got to show your authenticity, haven't you?
Yeah, and you've got to maintain it when you get tested. Like, I am lucky. Like, I remember those days when I was on my own doing it. Like, I was ill. Like, I was ill all the time. I was burnt out. Like, I barely slept. But I just refused to give up. And I was trying to show up for the girls and things like that. Like, I was ill all the time. Like, whether it was like a chest infection or like a flu or like whatever it was. Yeah. But I still didn't give up. And like, it is hard on your own. But then, you know, thank God I have been fortunate, and I know like someone is looking after me, because, you know, some people never find a team they can trust or share the same values as you. And like, you know, I do. I have Sean, who's always got me back, who I love to bits. Oh. You know, Tom, Charlotte, and I've got somebody new joining the team who's authentic mum. You know, worked in fitness for a while, sees through the nonsense. Yeah. So it's like, it's just time, isn't it? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Can you just push through?
You've got to, and it's obviously with the time comes the money, but it will be worth it in the long run. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And the studio's amazing.
Yeah,
it is.
I know. Sometimes I go, wow, look at it. I you know, it's mine.
It's your little third baby.
And then, you know, some days you think, God, Jesus, you again.
Here we go again.
And then you get on the, well, you know, me, that's my thing. You know, I get on the bike and you feel I feel energy. You know, I always have. It's a blessing and a curse at times, isn't it? Yeah. To feel everything will be the death of you, but it also can be amazing.
Yeah.
That's my connection with the classes that I do. It's the energy.
Absolutely.
It's healing.
And you can tell though.
Thanks, babe.
And that's why it works so well.
Now, when that baby's out,
I'm there.
You better be there.
Well, my mum lives around the corner. She's in Morton.
Like,
drop the baby off. I'm going.
Sweating, like, screaming, like, come on.
I absolutely miss spin. Like, that was one of my favourite
I know.
classes.
I remember you told me all about it.
Yeah.
And your music background.
Yeah.
You're going to be living your best life.
Literally. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
He just got in the way, didn't he?
He did not.
Luckily, he's a blessing.
You were just due some more lessons, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Sure, there's a lot more coming.
You were due, yeah. You were due.
So how did you find the difference from having your first girl to your second?
I mean, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because, you know, like, it's like you do learn all over again, every single one. That's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no. Because there wasn't that kind of, like, panic.
Yeah.
Like you have with your first... I mean, especially me, like, when I had Alice, I was 25. I'd just moved back to the UK from France. I had absolutely no one around me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't see people for weeks, sometimes months at a time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a sob story. That's just...
How it was.
That's just me. You know, I've been quite like that, you know. That's just the way it is. And then when I had Alice, you know, my now husband, he did have businesses in France. And I'm not one to moan. No. But what was the point anyway? So I did have a new baby and I was on my own.
Yeah, and that's your first as well.
Yeah.
You never feel more alone than when you're with that baby sometimes.
For sure. But I was so desperate for her and I finally had her. you know, and she is my soulmate. Like, it's as simple as that. She is my gift. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
For a fact. But I remember those days, and your anxiety's through the roof.
Yeah.
You know, you're going through all those changes for the first time physically as well.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you thought you were, you are now not.
No.
It will come back.
In a different way,
In
though.
a different way.
But you've got to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, exactly. And at the time, you know, I thought I was a woman, I thought I was this, but now, 10 years later, now being 35, I realised, you know what, I was a young woman then.
Yeah.
And I kind of, it gives me shivers because I was a young woman then, and I was finding my way through a lot. Alice was meant to be there at that exact moment.
Oh, I love that.
But, you know, I was young.
Yeah.
So with Violet, there was that element of confidence. And a lot, you know, I'm grown, I've been through a lot, you know, you know, career-wise and as a mum, just as a woman. I had my roots. I was, you know, settled in a home, things like that. So in that sense, it was different, but, you know, then it was like really learning how to like do the two. I've got a schoolgirl here. Never done that before.
Yeah.
You know, weaning, what's that? What do you mean? I can't remember one single thing.
No, you do forget it so quickly.
Yeah.
And you think, I'll never forget the moment that they did the first step or got the first truth. And then 2 years later, you're like, what? When?
Well, I was obviously disassociated because I don't remember any of that.
I don't remember any of it. I look back and I'm like, I definitely thought I was going to remember every single pinpoint, but life just goes too fast anyway as well, both of them.
It does, and that's so hard, isn't it? Like, you're speaking to people that have children and you're so happy for them because you know the joy it brings and also the gifts they bring as a woman. And I always say that, as hard as it is, the gifts will come. Yeah. The gifts will come. And they do bring gifts if you give yourself space to see them. But yeah, you know, it's hard.
It is.
It's hard. It is hard.
And that's what you're not told before you have them.
Yeah.
Everyone sugarcoats everything.
Exactly.
And you do need to hear sometimes the worst.
Yeah. And, you know, you will disassociate and you won't remember all of this.
Some days you are just surviving. You are there to survive that day. And that if you survive that day, that is a win in itself.
But then you hate yourself.
Yeah.
You hate yourself and think, well, I can't even remember, you know, last month when we did that thing and like, oh, I'm awful. But it's okay because you're doing your best.
Exactly. As long as you and baby, you know, are healthy.
Yeah.
That's what's matter.
You're doing your best. Like, you're literally, sometimes you've got to step back and go, I'm literally running on zero.
Yeah.
Like, zero. Like, there's only so long a human can go without, like, a decent night's sleep. But you've gone past that already. So just hang on a sec.
It is a form of torture, though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
The lack of sleep.
It's the lack of sleep.
That's what I struggled with the most. Yeah. So that I said to Josh the other day, are you ready for the nights again? Because I'm not very nice when I'm tired. No, he's really bad. I turn a bit nasty. So he used to.
Do?
I can't help it.
You can't help it.
But also, it wasn't his fault. I breastfed, so I was like, well, there's no point you going to get some milk out of the fridge because by the time you've done it, I could have fed her, she could be back to sleep.
Yeah.
And he'd be like trying to help, but he couldn't. And I'd just be angry at him.
Yeah.
So I said to him this time, remember, whatever we say between the hours of like 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., don't mean anything past them hours.
Well, that's good. You've got that connection with each other.
Yeah, he's amazing. I'm really lucky.
So that's the strength of having been through it before.
Yeah.
You know the conversations that you need to have.
Definitely.
Like, this is what overstimulation looks like.
Yeah, every day.
This is what I'm going to need from you. I don't want to ask for it.
Yeah.
We know this now.
Yeah, you learn the hard way.
100%. Are you going to breastfeed again?
I'm going to try. I'm hoping. She was really easy.
Was she?
So I know, obviously, she was an easy pregnancy, easy labour, easy breastfeeding. So I know that there's got to be a hiccup somewhere, unless I'm like the most lucky woman in the world. So I just said, we'll see what happens.
You're fit.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to work out.
Helps.
Which does help.
Of course.
So we'll just take it day by day. I'm trying to just be as relaxed as I can about it.
100%.
Whatever happens, happens.
Like, do your best. Like, as long as I get my baby, who cares?
Exactly.
And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. As long as he sleeps.
Well, apparently boys are a bit different. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm not a boy, but...
Well, everyone says, oh, they're so calm. But they must mean just as babies, because when I see boys come to class, they are wild when they're toddlers.
Yeah.
But Nyla's always been wild, so I feel like I'm used to that anyway. Yeah. So I'd be happy if he's just dead chill baby, which I think sometimes your second has to be, because they have to fit in with your life.
True.
So
Yeah.
I'll let you know in September. When it's been in, when we're in the thick of it.
Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. I can't wait.
I know.
Can't wait to see you with 2.
Nervous.
Just,
But she starts school a week later, so it's like perfect timing.
yeah, it is.
So,
It literally is.
it's exciting.
I know.
And then I'm done. No more.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Why, do you want any more?
I'd love to have more.
Would you?
I would love to have more. And yeah, I would. I genuinely would. But I don't carry well.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Both of them? Bad pregnancies?
Alice was a bit of a blur. I think towards the end it got weird.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even put a flip-flop on my foot.
Oh, God.
Like it was absolutely monstrous.
Yeah.
The water was next level. And then that messes with your head. Because, I've always, been like fit and able and this and that. And then I'm lying there, like literally my foot is like the biggest thing you've ever seen. And I'm like,
That's Nick.
is this me now? Is this me?
But this is the panic you have as well.
Yeah.
If it's
But
gonna
Violet
go.
was 1,000 times worse.
Really?
Yeah, I had physio. I was on crutches. I was literally, this is what I mean, it was traumatic. I was literally at the school gate in the midst of summer.
Yeah.
Hair, like, ready to pop. Like, it was literally, I remember it being like 28 degrees. And I got myself out the car on these crutches. Like, you can imagine me. My neck was out here. Flip-flop, my foot was hanging off the flip-flop. On crutches, hip was popping out, pure sciatica.
Oh.
Living on codeine, and like that's not great, but like I literally had
To get through the
because
day.
I had to go and like sort it, like live life with Alice. And I remember getting there like that, perch myself against this wall like that, like a whale. Freaking wow. And
Everyone stays clear at the school gate.
honest to God, and like that's what happened. And even giving birth, like they knew like. Don't even get her on because I couldn't get my hip.
Oh my God, was it that bad?
It was that bad. It was that bad. It was like horrendous, but I laboured quite well actually. Like,
thankfully,
not one stitch, which is like we always laugh about. It's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah. So there's that, and obviously just the work I'm in now and everything else.
Yeah,
and I already got 2.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's not really that. It's not really an option. Would I love to? Yeah.
It's not as easy as you'd like it to be, is it? To have another and
Well, it's virtually impossible, babe.
Yeah, everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
I know Josh always
impossible.
wanted 4, and I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it is gorgeous, isn't it? It
Yeah.
is gorgeous, but I think you have to make a choice at some point. You can't have it all.
No, and I want the 2 I've got to have the best life they can have without. So I feel like if we had a third, someone's going to miss out, whether it's us, whether it's them, all of us,
Your
It's
business.
just, yeah.
And I know they're always going to be the most important thing, but this is yours.
This is another baby.
And
of
you have
mine, yeah.
worked, and it is your baby. So it's like, Hannah, what's that going to do to you down the line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think I'd cope with 3 mentally.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Especially because Josh works away a lot as well, so I'm alone quite a bit. Thank God I've got my mum close.
Yeah.
But it is a lot.
Of course it is.
So,
Well, where's the village? Not in 2025.
oh no.
I mean, every time I see that quote, I think it probably was supposed to be like that, actually.
Well, it was like back in the really, really old, but
Yeah.
women didn't have to go to work and
Yeah.
do all these things that you have to do now, do
Yeah.
they? So we've been screwed over.
100%.
But then I couldn't be staying at home all day with kids.
But I couldn't face all the challenges that I can face now without...
Going through
It was
yeah.
almost like boot camp.
Yeah.
It's like boot
training
camp.
you, isn't it? For...
Yeah, and the good thing is, like, that you get something at the end of it. It's not just like boot camp and then nothing.
Yeah.
It's like leading to something spectacular
Amazing.
and, otherworldly connection, love, joy that is yours forever.
Yeah.
So, it's like you go to work every day and say you hate your job or you're going through something that's really challenging and it's actually going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like if you translate that to like, early motherhood, just always remember it's for something special.
Yeah.
It's yours. It's going to be yours forever. Don't be afraid of it
No.
being a bit hard.
And you will look back and you'll be in awe of the person who was struggling because they still got through.
100%.
And you still push through for the kids.
100%.
And it's worth it.
Yeah, it's always worth it. Always worth it. It's easy to say when you come out the other end, but
Yeah. When you're in the
out.
thick of it, it's hard.
Yeah.
But there is always an end to it.
Yeah.
It will come.
For sure. And like slow down.
Yeah.
Which is like so like annoying saying like, oh, how am I supposed to slow down? But like it doesn't have to mean like physically just sit on the sofa all day, because that's also not going to do you any good. But it's like just have a bit of peace in your mind and just try and be still sometimes.
Yeah, do something for just you. Yeah. Fill your cup as well.
For sure.
That's why I started classes, because mums don't.
For sure. So. Exactly. And like what your classes do, like no joke, like my experience, I remember when like, you drop your baby and then you've got your other baby that needs feeding at this time, you got to puree God knows what when you're waiting at this time, then you've got to take them out for the walk because that's the only way they'll nap. And then if you got to take your dog out, you've got to go to the shopping, you've got to clean that, And like the thing that really like stuck out to me was, this is the time we walk, this is the time I work out.
That's all you get.
Yeah. But just those, like, especially the workout, like, I'd have the baby on, like, a play mat. Such good memories now when I look back. And it gets you there. I'd literally have her on the mat. I'd have my bike there. She'd have about 1,000 things to stimulate her. And I'd have my eye on her, and I'd just ride. And that would be our routine. And it's almost she just got used to that.
Yeah.
At that time. And then we'd go for a walk, and then she'd sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like what you do is you give routine to the baby and the mum.
Yeah. You both need it.
You both need it. The baby and the mum.
Absolutely.
The baby and the mum need that. And it is more than just, working out. I mean, it's good for you. You're gonna feel better in yourself. But just knowing like, okay, we're going, that's when we go to Amanda's class.
Yeah.
That's when you sit and you look around and you look at all these other babies.
Yeah.
And that's when I do that. And that's that. And it's almost
helps.
like you're giving yourself a bit of agency, a bit of control.
Yeah.
In that particular day or moment. That's so effective, I think.
Yeah. I didn't think I was a routine person until I had Nyla.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, I really need something to just tick me over the day.
Exactly.
Especially them morning routines. Like we have a slow morning, even now, I always still end up somehow later than if we were to have a set time to be out by. If we've got all morning, we get less done because you just try and slow it down and
I get you.
Add extra things in, which is also good sometimes.
Yeah.
But then it ends up more stressed in the end.
Exactly. Yeah,
so I do like to have a routine, which is good.
Yeah. You got to, haven't you?
Yeah. Especially with children.
Excuse me. Yeah, especially with children. But like, and then you have your days, don't you, where it's like, it's not so routine and you can just like fly around the house in your jammies all day, like have fun.
You need them days as well.
Of course you do, yeah. And they do as well. Not everything's so serious.
No.
Yeah.
I know, and I can't wait as well for going out for walks with the pram because I used to love them times when just you two and like you don't really care about anything else in the world. You just have your walks.
Yeah, I can't wait for that for you because I can see you doing that.
Yeah, we loved it.
Just
rain,
walking.
Wind, snow, anything.
Yeah.
So
it's like a proud mum moment, isn't it? Like, this is me, this is my pram.
Yes, this is
me going for a walk with my pram with the baby inside that I made. Like that's something.
It is a good feeling.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
It is. But, and a boy in the mix, eh?
I know, never thought it'd be a boy mum.
I know, I can see it.
I'm one of 3 girls. My mum's one of 5 girls. My nan's one of 4 girls. So I was like, we're a girl family.
So they must be made up.
So we have got boys in the family.
Yeah.
My dad is buzzing. He was like, yeah, I could take some on the match.
Oh,
because he just thought he had 3 girls and then me and my sister both had girls. He's like, I'm just obviously, it's not meant for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll put the girls in football kits, which I don't mind. He's happy.
Yeah.
Because I've never been into football. My older sister loves it.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh my God, I've got someone finally. I could take the match.
That's adorable.
I'm buying him his first kit. And I was like, do what you want. That's fine by me.
So it's meant to be, I mean, it's obviously meant to be, but it just shows like the graph that you put in, the ripple effect of like the joy he'll bring.
Well, we've lost my nan recently as well. And I told my nan the day before she passed that was having a baby.
Yeah.
And she said, that's going to be a boy. No. And she knew. So I was like, she obviously was passing something on to us, like a healing. Yeah. So I feel like it's really going to be good for my dad.
Them shivers.
Yeah.
Look at them
so
shivers.
She knew. It was mad.
Of course she knew. Especially if she was like in between.
Yeah. So then before we had her funeral, I went and took her a scan and told her, because we found out before she got buried, so that we could fully, obviously she knew.
Yeah.
So she told us. So yeah. So I feel like that'd be really good for me.
That's super special. Have you got names?
We can't decide on any.
Have you got options though?
I've got ones I love. He's got ones he loves. And we don't like them. There was a name that I liked before we ever had a boy.
Yeah.
Before we even had Nyla. And now I know I'm having a boy. I don't like it anymore. He loves it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We haven't really. I feel like you're just less stressy with your second. Like we haven't even done the room or anything yet.
You got time.
Exactly.
You got time.
We've got to move her out of it and give her a new room first. But my best friend, she's pregnant with her first. And she's like, why haven't you done this yet? Why haven't you done that yet? And I'm like, it's my second, it's fine.
Literally, it'll take
He's not even going to be in that room.
Oh, God, he's not.
For months.
You won't even at least see that room ever.
Except for when we maybe get him changed.
Yeah, it'll just be like full of like nappies and clothes and like, it'll just be like the room that no one goes in.
The junk room.
Yeah.
Because she's going into the spare room, so she's getting a big new room with a new bed and princesses. So we're making a fuss of her, obviously.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's the priority at the minute. We've got to, make her feel special. Because that's the worry.
Don't worry.
Of her. I think she's going to be incredible anyway.
She's going to own it like he's hers.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Alice did. Like, and, she is your little number 2, isn't she?
Oh, my
she
God.
Did
She's
this
my
with
best
you.
mate.
She's your soulmate. She's your first. You grew, it's something
we grew
special,
together,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's something so special. You can't even explain. So when he comes into the world, she'll be like, look what we did.
Yeah.
She just will. That's what Alice did. It was almost like we did like ours. Like I remember Alice always used to say to me, what was the exact word? She'd say, what did she say? Oh, I can't remember. Something like, I'm yours, but Violet's ours. Or something along them lines. And that was just from her, heart. Yeah. And that's going to be the same. Definitely. She's going to own it.
I do think girls are good as well in that sense, aren't they? She loves any babies that come here. One of my clients has got, I think she's 10 months now. She asks about her literally every day.
Oh,
she is obsessed. So I know she's going to be good. She's come around to the idea of a boy as well, finally.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But she has given us some name suggestions, which we won't take because they're things like the Grinch.
I was going to say, is it like
Shrek.
Maui? Like Maui or something?
Puss in Boots was in there.
Yeah.
We're on Woody at the minute.
Woody?
Yeah. We did get the Prince as well. So we're making our way through them.
Oh, bless her.
But yeah, we just want her as involved as we can be.
Yeah.
Because you think you do have that worry, don't you? Because everyone says, the other one's going to start feeling left out. You get all
not true.
You get all the people pushing all the bad ideas onto you, don't you?
Well, they shouldn't do that because
there's always the just wait and all that crap.
Just wait for what? Like, it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
And it can only be a good thing because then she's got her person for life too.
Well, this is what I wouldn't want it to be an only child.
And being the amazing mum that you are, you'll make sure they're close.
Oh, absolutely.
No messing about, no going against each other or, like...
Yeah.
Like families are like that. My family was like that.
Yeah.
But, you just make... I'm like that now with the girls. Like, you just watch how you just said that because, your sisters and your family and we're together forever.
Yeah.
And it's like all these little things and you just make sure.
Absolutely. Me and Matt, I've got 2 sisters and we are so close, which I would never have ever believed if you'd told me when I was a teenager. But I feel like I couldn't have coped through life without my sisters now.
I love that.
And I think that's what I want because Josh hasn't really got that. So I want him to experience what it's like to have the kids dead close and loving each other. And
exactly.
That's what you want when you have
family. And that's what you want for her. Like, going up, we don't know what the future holds, do we? No. Like, I didn't want to leave Alice without her sister. That was it.
No.
And it had to be done, and Violet was meant to be. And you know, she brought with her own gifts. You know, I wouldn't have fallen in love as much with the work that I do now if it wasn't for Violet.
Oh,
If the pressure hadn't been there, where I needed that specific outlet that spoke to me, you know, it spoke to me. That's the particular thing that I did. And I wouldn't have, you know, and the feedback that I get, like, about the impact that it's had on people's lives, just to find and grow in the sport. Cringe maybe, but it is true. Like, that wouldn't have happened without Violet.
I love that.
But it's true, you know, and you just, sometimes it's just a little bit of reflection that you need.
Absolutely.
To see where you've come since they came
How
in.
far you've come.
Yeah.
Because you don't look at it day to day.
You wouldn't have done this without Nyla.
No. She's my reason for my business, everything I do now.
And you're the reason, and she's the reason you also can cope with things that you do cope with, and why you always go forward, like, without even realising it.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. But honestly, she's taught me so much in a short space of time.
So true.
So I'm always grateful for her, as much as she might drive me mad sometimes.
It's like you and Nala always, like, since when I first met you, like, just speaking to you, like, instantly, like, felt your energy, and, like, always felt like you remind me of me and Alice.
Yeah.
Just going about your business together, and just like, do you know what I mean?
Little mini best mate, isn't it? With a little Polly Pocket.
Yeah, that's it though.
I love it. I love doing things with her.
Yeah.
She's great.
Literally.
So.
And as she gets older, like, Alice is now 10, which honestly gives me a mini heart attack. Because then you start thinking, well, what if I haven't done enough in these 10 years? Like, what if... But I know I have. I know I'm a good mom.
You have. You've done amazing.
But then it's like, well, you know, did I take him on enough holidays? Like, did I do this? Did I do enough? You think, wow, 10? Like, she's not going to be mine for much longer.
I know. Scary.
And I just want to press pause on everything.
Is she in her last year then?
So she'll be going into year 5. Oh. But I literally remember being on them crutches with Violet.
Yeah.
And that was F2.
Oh.
And then I blinked.
Oh, Maria. Bless. Does she enjoy school?
She's dead good. You know, I'm really lucky. She's very self-assured, very, like, kind. She's quite an empath, to be honest. Yeah, she's quite an empath. But also, you know, quite controlled. Like, she can, like, judge a situation quite well.
Amazing.
Which is so mature.
She's quite mature-headed.
Oh my God. But sometimes she'll say things to me, because I do give her that space to voice her opinion. Yeah. And I'll think, you've just hit that on the money there.
But that's from you. That's from watching and learning from you.
And I'll say, do you know what, Alice? You've got that.
Yeah.
That made a lot of sense, what you've just said. Yeah, she just makes me fucking proud, man. Yeah. Yeah, she's something else, that girl.
It's amazing to look back as well and see how far she's come.
Yeah.
In this short space. It doesn't seem like a short space, but 10 years flies. So.
And, you know, people say it, and you think, oh, shut up, I'm knackered. But it does. Shut up, I'm knackered, can't be asked with you.
Yeah.
But it does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does. But, you know, things, just have faith that things will roll the way they're meant to roll.
Yeah.
You know, just do your best, and, you know, go in everything with a good heart, and just show up and do your best, and things will roll the way they're meant to roll.
Definitely.
Like I always say to you, don't I?
Yeah. It'll work out.
You are always going to come out, you know, the way it's supposed to be, because you've just done things so, like, well and gracious, and took care of everyone, and you just...
Yeah, but we're so similar in that, is that we do care for others.
Yeah.
Before ourselves,
to our detriment.
sometimes.
To our detriment.
But that's why the business works well. Like, I put everything into those classes with their mums, because I know that might be the only hour of sanity they get a week.
I know, you're gorgeous.
And same with you with your classes, though.
Yeah.
Because we've been in those places and been those people.
Been in them places, spot on. And that's why I do it. You know, do I like the business? Do I like the industry? No. You know?
It's hard industry to be in.
Do I like it? Do I like it? No.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't keep doing something that means so much to me.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I know.
What are you going to do?
And we love it.
Yeah, I love it. So, yeah.
We're mad. At least we're mad together. At least we've got each other to like message and be like, so.
Literally.
I'm on a spiral this week. Where are you?
Oh, God.
No, it
Literally.
is. So what do you see for the future for Dig? Oh, just rolling with the wind at the minute.
Well, there's 3 years left on the lease. Let's see if I can keep it open.
Yes, you can.
Let's see if I can stay out of a psychiatric unit.
Hopefully.
No, sorry.
Little break.
You know what? Whatever. I just think what will be will be.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not a hungry, forcing shit down people's throat kind of girl. And even if I tried to be, I couldn't be that. It just doesn't resonate with me.
No.
I can't be, I don't do fake. I don't, you know, and sometimes I wish I could be a little bit more. But, you know, if you find me and it sits right with you and it does something for you, then let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's live. Let's feel good.
Yeah.
And I'll be here.
Yeah, you don't want to be... Do you want people who aren't your type of people?
Well, yeah.
That's one thing when I started PTing, I want to say 8 years ago now, and I'd just take any client on, any Tom, Dick or Harry, and sometimes it'd be like the longest hour of my life of a client that just didn't blend with.
Yeah.
But at that time, you're just like, the more people, the more money.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I can be so picky.
Literally.
Because you have to be.
Yeah. It doesn't serve my mental health well.
No.
To be so concerned with numbers, money, because it's not. I mean, of course, there has to be income. You have to pay bills, you have to pay rent, you have to pay coaches. But at the same time, it's truly not me. Like we always have a laugh. Like I am the worst business person. Like
same.
I'm just not a business person. People go, yes, you are. You would think you're not, but you are. But I do lead in a different kind of way.
Yeah, you're not the typical business savvy, money hungry.
Well, no, I mean, it'd be nice, obviously, to get some payback, you know, after all the graft and the grit that you do. But it also just doesn't resonate with me and my style. And it just affects me mental health to lead in that way. You know, I'll spend 2 hours, you know, planning my classes. And even now, after all these years, that's what it takes. So, you know, at the end of the day, I do things with everything and you do feel it, you know, you know. I feel like that's where my focus is. And I also do have 2 children.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'm just going to keep going. What can I do? Just be authentic. And I'm really happy with where it's at. And I like the tone. I like the energy in the studio. That's more important to me. You know, all of our clients, they stay or they'll go or they always come back because there's a certain tone and a certain energy to lead them in that way, you know, and yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I tell you the truth, like the truth, like I do see it, like Dig kind of becoming members only.
I love it.
Yeah, like, you know,
proper community.
Well, yeah, and but then like the cringe aspect of that is like, you know, like culty, like.
Yeah, some people can see it that way, but I think that's what you think when you're outside of something.
Yeah.
You're gonna...
Or like, oh, we can't leave because we'll never get back in. Like that as well.
One in, one out.
Like, also makes me cringe. Like if you want to leave Dig, like honestly, like just go.
The
like
door, yeah.
No, but honestly, like whatever's serving you, like I only want the best for you. Like
absolutely.
Like that's literally like the way I'm very mothering and nurturing and like maybe a little bit too much. Like are you okay? Like as long as you're happy, like but I just think the way the classes are, like it would make sense to be members only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
You know, rather than like random people dipping in and out. Because if I'm honest with you, this sport doesn't sit right with people who want to do the odd class.
No.
Like I'll be honest, and I am honest with people like that. It's not something you can do in, you know, even 5 classes. It's something you build.
Definitely.
It's something you build. It's a skill to you know, ride well on beat and like take your endurance from there to there and like your technique, you know, your posture and just like the whole thing, the stamina, like, and then once you crack all that, it's like then comes the joy.
Yeah.
So it's like,
You got to work.
And
for
I
it.
know that. So it's not really the class that you can just be like, oh, I might just go there.
Might go today.
It's more of a lifestyle,
yeah.
if I'm honest. It's
But
more
you
of a
can
lifestyle.
tell that. And people don't want to work and people
Yeah.
don't want to commit, which is the issue.
And that's fine.
No, that's fine.
for
But you'll
them.
find those people that do come and commit,
Yeah.
you can put more into it because you
exactly.
know that they're learning and growing
Put
with
into
you.
them.
Yeah.
And the classes are based upon the people who need that
yeah.
class. And that's kind of what I like as well, you know, like the people that are with me, I know where they're at. I know what they need to work on. Because it is a whole thing. I'm their coach.
Literally, yeah.
It's not just like, well, let's fucking go mad.
Everyone to be at the same pace.
We are working on whether it's, resistance work or posture or a certain movement on the bike to like ignite a certain part of the core, or like honestly, like it's a proper cycle club.
Yeah.
Whether we're doing conditioning, we're doing speed conditioning, or we're doing resistance conditioning, or whatever it may be, and it's for somebody who really wants to get the teeth stuck in. I would say that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's great as well for. I mean, we do have new people in the classes, and obviously my job is to make sure they're looked after there, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. It's not easy coaching.
No.
25 people who are all on different levels, but that's also part of what I do, and I think that's what I'm good at. Yeah, that's what it is, and that's fine. But I do believe, and I'm not just saying it to get the full benefit, you have to connect with that on day one. You have to go, oh, do you know what? That actually, I feel something clicked in me, and that did me good.
Yeah.
That felt something, and then it starts with that, and then it goes on. And then it goes on, and then you get the taste, and then you start hitting beats, and you start moving, and you got to start thinking like, I'm free. And this is doing me good. And then that's when it comes.
Yeah, you've got to stick with it to reap the benefits.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without going on. It's not really like, it's something you build. But then what I always felt, and what my members now feel, is if the work that you do, like a child actually, the work that you put in to that, it's yours.
Yeah.
It's like, the way you perform, at the end of all the graph that you put in, it's yours. You work so hard for it. It wasn't overnight. And it's something that means more.
Absolutely.
Than just doing a workout or going to a class. It's working in a space that wasn't easy to achieve.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And as we know, the things that get you uncomfortable, that are hard to achieve, always mean so much more.
Absolutely.
I think that was my journey too. It's like the graft that went in, it means so much more.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And also it's good that, because if they're coming to the same classes all the time, they're connecting with the coach on a better level than 100%. If you're just dipping in and out.
Yeah.
You understand each other, you understand how that coach works, and that coach understands you. And
yeah. And I know them, I know all of them, like, they're my family, but I've been through loads, especially, ones from day one, and even not even from day one, like a year, or we get close quick because the environment in there can be very intimate.
Yeah.
People are really working and really trying. We do get to know each other really well. So it's like, in a weird way, like I'll know what they'll need. I'll know if they'll just need, a specific track, or like, an 8-minute climb, or like some of them I can just say like, you want to run.
Yeah.
Let's fucking run. Like I know them.
You need to burn something off.
I know them. So it's hard really. It's not really like a gym or like a fitness studio. It's do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. It's hard to compare it to anything else.
Yeah.
The way we work. The way we work in that way. So.
Yeah. That's amazing though, because you don't want to be like everywhere else.
Well, I couldn't if I tried, babe.
No, you couldn't. Sometimes that's good.
Sometimes I think maybe that would have been the easier route.
But it's not you.
But it's just, it's not what I can bring. No. What I bring is what I bring.
No, what you bring's incredible.
Thanks,
and you can see it. See it through the
I think the feeling of like lunacy is starting to... like, actually, maybe I wasn't a lunatic, but yeah.
You've got to push yourself out of them limits and them comfort zones, and it is paying off. It is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do this for the rest of my life in some way, shape, or form. It's what I'm good at. It's what I love, because it means something.
Yeah, absolutely.
It meant a lot for me, and it means to people. When they get the taste for the bike, I'll do it for the rest of my life. In what fashion, I don't know. I think I'll always keep dig, but whether I start to branch out a bit more, maybe I will, So
Future is your oyster. Well, no, the world's your
The
oyster.
world- it's definitely not with my two kids.
I know.
But
No, because doesn't Alice come to class sometimes with you?
yeah, so I mean, obviously we do our strength classes as well.
I love that.
But you've got to be strong to work the bike. Like
Absolutely.
You know that, like
It's very humbling at times.
Yeah,
An 8-minute climb, like you were saying before.
well, yeah, and we do rock resistances. It is strength and cardio work in one. People think, oh yeah, cardio. It's not the way we do it, and it's a lot of upper body like tension as well. The way we move and stuff like that. So it's different. It's hard to explain unless you do it. But I did notice kind of my performance started to drift off when I stopped paying attention to my strength work.
Yeah,
truly. I'm a good cyclist, but I did notice my endurance started to slip. When I stopped taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Lifting weights.
Shows, doesn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. It really does, and I'm back into that now because we introduced that into the class. Because I thought, what, my community need this, and then they also need to work the core and the pelvic floor, and they have a bit of a moment. So we did the Pilates and but it's all based around cycling.
Yeah,
forever and always.
It's great.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And it's going to keep thriving. And everybody needs to go and at least have a try of a class.
Yeah.
And see the difference from what you think a spin class is.
I'm so sick of that now, I'm too far in to be like, it's not like a normal swing. I'm like, pull the other one. Do you know what I mean? A lot of my clients will come, they'll find us or whatever, and they'll be like, you've got all these cycle places down in London, haven't you?
Yeah.
So people, it's nice when people come up and they're like, I know, and you see them and they're right in. That's lovely as well because it's more known.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not spin.
No, it's amazing though.
Yeah.
And it is going to keep building and thriving and growing.
We get people in and out and they love it and that, but it's always the same. It's really hard.
It's meant to be.
It's really hard. And I just think, it is, yeah, but I can't make it less hard. It's not all about bloody choreo and beats and that. Some even in the saddle, you've got to work to keep that. Yeah, you've got to add. And if you're not okay with understanding that it will be challenging, it will be difficult, and you won't be able to look like me or the front row doing it potentially for a few months.
Yeah, at least.
Then maybe it's not for you.
But I do think, as I said before, people don't want to wait. They just want to be in. This is why everyone does like a quick 4-week diet or 4-week crash course of something in the gym. And then you're not learning anything about working out, about your body, about anything in that time.
It's the journey you go on, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to commit.
Yeah. And at the end of it, it's a process, isn't it? It's like pushing through the discomfort. You can relate it to every circumstance.
Absolutely.
Pushing through this moment of discomfort for X amount of time of, feeling of, of accomplishment, and understanding that you can push through hard things and, achieving something you thought you couldn't do.
Yeah.
But this takes time. This is a process. It just depends on what you're looking for in when you move or how you want to spend your time.
Yeah.
Like me personally, it makes sense to me to put my time into something which will serve me down the line.
Yeah.
Not in that particular moment or class.
Look ahead.
I'm building the future me in what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And
you're always going to be evolving, so there'll always be a new way to push yourself past those limits. And
well, as well,
absolutely.
On the bike, there's no limit.
No.
And I think that's also my thing. My brain. I was speaking to somebody about this the other day, I love doing Pilates classes, and I know I've seen you introduce these more fast-paced, more sculpty with weights and things like this. These are great, and I do get it. And I was speaking to a friend of mine, but for me personally, when I'm moving, I need to not think.
Same.
You're same as me.
Yeah, that's why I love spin.
Don't ask me to think.
No.
I'm not here to think.
That's why I do it, so I stop thinking.
There you go.
That's why I love being on a bike.
There's nothing better than the bike
Can't
for that.
run because all I can do is think when I'm running.
There's nothing better than the bike for that. Blasting music, and especially if you're really into it and you're really focusing on and then I'm telling you, you're not thinking.
No,
I'm not thinking. What I'm teaching, I'm teaching you.
Yeah,
and that's absolutely what I need.
Same.
Take me out. Take
Switch
me away.
That brain off.
Take me away, honey. Drip me in. I want to be dripping in sweat. Take me away from my from all of that.
Yeah.
just for a sec, let me just feel like absolutely strong as hell.
Yeah.
And let me just not think for that time. I think if I don't have that, it's like I'll struggle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's just me personally, and my journey, and with children as well. Like, I just need to not think.
Yeah.
And it just needs to feel good.
You need that at your time.
Yeah.
Switch off, and it's so important to have.
And people who love music as well, like you're like me, aren't you? Like, give me some house music and a bike, and off I go, honeys.
Doesn't feel like a workout.
Yeah, and he'll be back in. Yeah,
yeah. Give us an hour.
Yeah,
it's good though, and it's nice that you've got that something that you've connected with so well, and you can, use it for your business and thrive off it and build and help other people with it.
I had like 0 clients.
Exactly.
0 clients, massive rent, absolutely lunatic. On my own with 2 kids.
But look at you now.
But something was telling me, like, you're not crazy.
No.
Like, this is gonna do something for people.
Definitely.
But like I said, I wouldn't be able to do that now. That was like a wild grit that, like, I don't even know where that come from.
But thank God it did.
Well, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, because look at you now. You're thriving. And I hope everything for the best in business and life and everything. And maybe in a year to come, we can have you back on.
Yeah,
we can see the growth.
Yeah, baby.
But thank you so much for coming on. It was lovely to chat with you.
And you.
And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching or listening with us today. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget that you can listen on the podcast streaming platforms. And if you are listening with us, you can also watch us on YouTube. If you liked our podcast today, you can show us some support by liking, subscribing, following, sharing across all platforms. And if you really enjoyed it, you can buy me a coffee and the link is below.